Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today is a deeply somber day for the music world, and honestly, for anyone who has ever turned a car key and set off on a long journey during the holidays. We are here to talk about the passing of a true legend, a man whose voice was like warm gravel and velvet all at once. Chris Rea. He passed away at the age of 74. On December 22nd, 2025, and as the news settles in, it feels like a piece of our collective holiday tradition has been lost. His family confirmed he passed away peacefully in the hospital after a short illness, surrounded by his wife Joan and his two daughters. In this deep dive, we are going to spend the next 30 minutes looking back at a life that was so much more than just a Christmas hit. We're going to talk about his battle with health that would have broken a lesser man, his absolute refusal to be a conventional pop star, his obsession with the blues in his secondary life in the high-octane world of Formula One. Chris Rea was never supposed to be a star. Born in 1951 in Middlesbrough to an Italian father and an Irish mother, his upbringing was pure northern working class. His family ran a successful ice cream business, and that's where Chris learned the value of hard work. He famously took his driving test in his father's ice cream van, which is just such a perfect image when you think about how his career would eventually become synonymous with the road. He didn't pick up a guitar until he was 21 years old. Think about that for a second. Most legends have been playing since they were toddlers. But Chris was a late bloomer who only started because he heard Recruiter on the radio and felt a pull toward the slide guitar that he couldn't ignore. We have to talk about Driving Home for Christmas because it defines his legacy. But the story of how it was written is actually a story of a man at his absolute lowest point. It was 1978. Chris was at Abbey Road. His contract was basically dead, and his manager had quit. He was broke. He had 220 pounds in his pocket and couldn't even afford the train fare from London back to Middlesbrough. He was also on a driving ban at the time, so his wife Joan had to drive all the way down in their old Austin Mini to get him. On the way back, they got stuck in a massive snowstorm on the M1. As Chris sat in the passenger seat, watching the miserable, exhausted faces of other drivers stuck in the gridlock, he started humming. He started writing lyrics on the back of cigarette packets every time they passed a streetlight. He wasn't happy. He was desperate. They finally got home at 3 a.m. A royalty check for £15,000 was waiting in the mail for his song Fool If You Think It's Over. That night changed his life. But he didn't even record the Christmas song until years later, and even then, he fought his record label, not wanting to release it. He called it a carol for the car, never dreaming it would become a top-tier holiday staple for 40 years. As the years went on, Chris became the reluctant star. He hated the marketing side of the industry. His label tried to give him the stage name Benny Santini to make him sound like a teen idol, which he absolutely detested. He just wanted to play the blues. In the late 80s and early 90s, he finally found his voice with albums like Asterisk, The Road to Hell, Asterisk, and Asterisk. The Road to Hell wasn't just a catchy tune. It was a blistering critique of modern life and the loss of the golden river of humanity. It hit #1, and suddenly, this shy man from Middlesbrough was one of the biggest stars in Europe. But he never let it go to his head. He remained married to his childhood sweetheart, Joan, for over 50 years, a total rarity in the music business. What makes Chris Rea's story truly miraculous, though, is his health. This is a man who was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer at the age of 33. In 2001, underwent the Whipple procedure, a brutal operation where they removed his pancreas, parts of his stomach, and his bile duct. He famously said that the doctors told him he had a very low chance of surviving the surgery. He survived, but he lived the rest of his life as a severe diabetic, taking 34 pills every single day just to keep his body functioning. He suffered a stroke in 2016 and collapsed on stage in 2017, yet he still toured. He still played. He used his illness as a catalyst to stop making pop music and go back to his first love, the blues. He released a 137-track box set called Asterisk Blue Guitars, Asterisk that is considered a masterpiece by blues purists. He didn't care about the charts anymore. He cared about the soul of the music. Away from the microphone, Chris was a petrolhead through and through. His love for cars wasn't just a hobby, it was a passion that rivaled his music. He was a fixture at Formula One races, often seen in the pits with his close friend, Eddie Jordan. He didn't just stand around. He actually helped out, once famously being put in charge of the tire warmer for Eddie Irvine's car at Silverstone. He owned and raced vintage cars, including in 1957 Maurice Minor and various Ferraris. He once said that the sound of a racing engine was the only thing that could compete with the sound of a guitar. He even gifted Nigel Mansell a copy of The Road to Hell after Mansell had a massive racing accident, showing the deep bond he had with the racing community. As we look at the tributes coming in today, from fellow musicians to TV presenters like Timmy Mallet, the message is clear. Chris Rea was a gentleman. He was a man of immense dignity who never let fame change his northern roots. He was a unit with his family, always putting them first. The fact that he passed away just as the world is starting to play his most famous song is a bittersweet irony. Every time you hear those opening bells and that low, soothing voice this week, remember the man behind it. Remember the ice cream van, the Austin Mini in the snow, the 34 pills a day, and the relentless passion for the blues. Chris Rea isn't just a singer on a playlist. He was a survivor who taught us that no matter how long the road is or how bad the weather gets, the goal is always to make it home. Rest in peace, Chris. You finally made it home for Christmas. I want to hear from you all in the comments. What is your favorite Chris Rea memory? Is it The Road to Hell? Is it a live show you saw? Or is it just that feeling you get when his Christmas hit comes on the radio while you re-driving? Let's turn the comments into a tribute for this legendary artist. Don't forget to like this video to help spread the word about Chris's incredible life, and subscribe for more deep dives into the icons who shaped our world. I'll see you in the next one. Would you like me to generate a specific set of tags and a pinned comment to help boost engagement on this video?